Howdy, howdy, howdy. It is Nick Saponaro. This is the Divi Live at 5 monthly update. It has been quite a month for Divi. Some incredible things have happened this month. Some huge milestones have been crossed. And we are going to talk about all of them and more in this episode. Now, if you guys have been tuning into this show for a while, you know how the format usually goes. But we're going to switch it up on you a little bit today by starting out with a very special guest that basically is an effort to announce a brand new partnership that I think will be incredibly valuable to our community, especially with the recent exchange listing that was just announced this morning. So we're going to be bringing on Paolo from Hummingbot. And Hummingbot, if you guys don't know, is essentially the premier community-driven market-making service in the crypto space. It's actually a decentralized liquidity mining software that allows for anyone to participate in the market making of their favorite coin. In this case, your favorite coin is, of course, Divi. So let's see if we have Paolo ready to go, and we're going to actually co-stream. So this is actually streaming on his channel as well as ours right now. So let's see. Paolo, are you ready?
Hello.
Hey,
Hello,
what's
everyone.
up, man?
I'm ready.
All righty.
What's up? Yeah,
Not
this
too
is
much.
pretty interesting to do this co-stream first time, so looks
Yeah,
pretty fun.
this is very interesting. I've never done this before, so hopefully it works well. If you guys see any technical difficulties, my apologies, but we're going to do our best here. So, Paolo, thank you for having me on, and thank you for coming on our show.
Yes, yeah, I said the same. Thank you again, and we're glad that we can do this stream, another partnership with our program, and I see a lot of interesting stuff ahead for us.
I agree. Lots of interesting stuff on the horizon. Now, why don't you introduce our community to Hummingbot, and then I'll tell your community a little bit about Divi.
Sure. Hummingbot, basically, we have two main fields we are working on. One of them, let me just show you very quickly. Let me share my screen a bit. It's, where is it? Oh, sorry. Share screen. Here. There we go. Okay, so this is the first one that I'm going to show you guys is the open source trading bot for market making. So basically, it is ready to go with some strategy that the team built, where you can start your own market making trading. We have a few different strategies we develop, and the other great part about it is that it's also an open source tool. So you can feel free to bring a bit of the code, talk a bit about the code. Sorry, you can play around the code, create your versions, your own strategies. Oh, sorry, wrong screen. Yeah, your own strategies. You can add the code. You can contribute to the code base. So it's a pretty great tool. And the other one is the miner program that you can see here on our website. So what we do here is that I'm showing you, basically what we do here is that we partnership with projects like Divi, and we allow users to be rewarded to provide liquidity to this token, to these new projects and exchange, right? So that's the whole idea of what we are doing. Sorry, my screen. I still get used to this co-host. So sorry about the missing screen. Right.
That is really cool, man. So, hey, you know, we're getting a little bit of chop from your end. Just a heads up. It's a little bit hard to hear you. I don't know if it's because your mic is up or what have you, but we're just seeing a little bit of, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's I'm using another mic. I tried something different here, or I will get a bit of echo if I use this mic. So I'm another one.
I understand.
Right.
So
okay,
So with Hummingbot, essentially what liquidity mining is is it allows, as Paolo just explained, it allows anybody who wants to run one of these bots to contribute to the market making of Divi on KuCoin. So essentially, all you do is you set up your bot, you run it with your own coins. It's completely non-custodial. They don't take anything from you. It's always yours, always your keys. And essentially, any trades that you make as a result of the market making, you get a little bit of a reward. Just like when you're running a staking node or a masternode, you get a little kickback for supporting, in this case, the market instead of the network. Now, as far as the relationship goes, we're actually going to launch at the same time that we go live with KuCoin. We're really excited about this. If you haven't heard about Hummingbot before, they have a really amazing reputation. You may have, if anybody's in the NEM community, they just did an initiative with Hummingbot, and it went really well. So we're really excited to have the opportunity to work with this company. Of course, we wouldn't have had this opportunity if it wasn't for the fact that we are listing on a big tier 1 exchange that many of you have been aching to learn about, of course. And of course, some of you already know which one it is. If you've been following us on Twitter or any of our social medias or Telegram throughout the morning and today, you know that we're now listing on KuCoin. So big day for Divi as far as trading is concerned. This is big. This is big, not because, I mean, it is big because it's the top 5th exchange in the world. It's got incredibly robust user base of millions of people. I think it's like 8 million people are on KuCoin. So all of these new eyes are going to be on Divi for the first time, a lot of them, as well as just opening up a trading venue that is heavily used. One of the biggest problems that I find when I'm selling Divi to people or explaining the project to people, oh yeah, it's great. It sounds like an awesome project. Are you on KuCoin? Are you on Binance? Are you on my exchange? We, up until this point, haven't been on your exchange. And now we are. This solves a massive problem for us. But it's also a big deal because we're a small project, right? For all intents and purposes. We didn't start out with $200 million or even $50 million or even $10 million. We started out with $2.1 million. Really, after all the expenses were said and done, we probably ended up with something like $1.7 million. And this was almost 4 years ago. We took that and we built a business that allows us to make investments now at the level that KuCoin requires. Because remember, when you get on an exchange, it's not just the listing fee. It's not just the marketing. It's all of the liquidity that needs to be provided and all of the ancillary tasks that have to be done. It takes a lot of coordination, a lot of hard work from multiple teams across various jurisdictions and time zones and things like that. I'm really, really just incredibly proud of the team for getting to this point, because I can tell you, even a year ago, we probably wouldn't have been able to do this. And now today, we're able to comfortably do it and provide this incredible service to the community at large. But there is more. One of the other things that we struggle with Divi is the fact that we're not really a trader's coin. All right. I'm the first to admit it. People like to buy and hold Divi. Why? Because you can set up a masternode, you can set up a staking node. We have a variety of third-party staking services that you are able to use in order to earn more Divi. That doesn't really make for a great trading coin because most people honestly aren't great traders. I'm included in that pot. I am a buy and hold kind of person. I don't feel comfortable going on and trying to make 19 or 20% when I can go and set up my Divi masternode and guarantee that rate of return over the course of time. So for that reason, we're launching a bunch of initiatives alongside the KuCoin listing, right? So we have Hummingbot. Hummingbot will bring Hummingbot's community into our ecosystem. They are all, for the most part, traders. They're running bots. They'll run the liquidity miner. You can also run the liquidity miner. It's all on their website. It's all super easy. And of course, we will put out as much documentation as we possibly can, guides. I know The Voice is ready to make some videos and put them out to the community so that everyone knows exactly what's going on. And if you choose to participate, you have the easiest path forward. You don't have to participate, obviously. we will also be launching several initiatives with KuCoin directly. So there'll be a trading competition, a trading fee subsidy with with zero trading fees, and as well as a net buying competition. I'm not going to go into the details of those competitions right now. We'll be putting out plenty of documentation about that over the next couple of weeks. So just keep an eye out on all our channels, email, Telegram, Twitter, etc., and you'll definitely be in the know. We're really excited about this, as you can probably imagine, because it's just something that everyone wanted, including us, right? I know how difficult it is to wait for your favorite coin to get on a big exchange. And I can tell you that it's not easy from a project perspective to wait and to want that as well. But we're finally here. And I have to give it up to the team and all the people who coordinated this amazing listing. So just congratulations to everyone. So those are the two probably coolest announcements that we have. But we have a lot of stuff to talk about as far as Divi's growth is concerned. I am really, really proud of the team yet again, because we've kind of faltered, I would say, a couple years ago, maybe the end of last year, whatever it was. The timeline's fuzzy in my head. We were on a good track. I mean, we hit like top 67 or something like that on CMC, but I feel like something happened. We lost steam. Maybe we put the cart before the horse a little bit too much. Now that we've taken a step back, reevaluated things, actually, gotten everything into a really, really great working order. Now you see this really steady performance and really steady growth. And now, we're back on the second page of CMC today, at least the last time I checked, which is amazing, because now the growth is truly sustained by actual fundamental behavior. And that is important for any cryptocurrency asset, that it's not all hype driven. And I can say with great confidence that Divi is not all hype driven, especially not now. And we're going to see that in the numbers that I'm going to show you right now. So let's get into the numbers. So as always, we take a look at the stats of our Masternode Economy. So you can see we are at 1,919 masternodes, 1919. That is a great number. This is astounding. This is absolutely astounding, because if you look at the number of coins that are actually in these nodes, 1,236,100,000. That's 53.5% of the entire ecosystem's coins put into these masternodes. That creates this incredibly secure network that many, many coins fail to have at this level. This is really, really encouraging to me. But we actually were a little bit higher at our all-time high if we look at the weekly stats. Our all-time high right now is 1929. So I'm excited to see the 2,000 masternodes in the ecosystem, because if you break all those nodes down, it's really, if everyone was a copper node, it's thousands and thousands of nodes. It's a really, really robust and secure ecosystem that spans the entire world. And it's all done basically in a grassroots manner. I'm just really, really encouraged by these numbers. Some of these masternodes too are mobile masternodes. As you guys know, we launched our mobile wallet at the beginning of this month on May 7th. And we actually have 150 mobile masternodes on mainnet right now, and more to come. So if you haven't already, if you're in the United States, definitely get on the App Store, Android, iOS, and download the Divi wallet and set up your first masternode. It is a super easy process that literally takes one tap. And trust me, we've worked very hard to make it as easy as possible. There are some other numbers now that we can talk about as it pertains to the mobile wallet. I am very interested in this first metric, which is our total downloads in the first month of our launch, which right now, actually, when we took this number, it was 2696. But actually, as of this morning, right before the show, actually, we're at 2838. So almost 3,000 people. As you guys know, we're not necessarily doing crazy paid media or anything right now. This is primarily just our community coming in. Some newcomers, of course, but it's great to see almost 3,000 people from the United States and Canada have downloaded the Divi wallet and are accessing and using cryptocurrency in the easiest way possible. Other things going on with the mobile wallet. We have staking vaults testing internally right now. We're hoping to roll that out soon. It has been quite the challenge to get this to the point where it functions perfectly. It doesn't have any issues, and you won't have any concerns or confusion when it goes live. We're also going through some of the paces to get ready for the global rollout. There's a lot of compliance steps that we have to take, especially because we are a decentralized cryptocurrency app that also will offer fiat features and things in the traditional finance world. Makes for a pretty complicated legal situation. So we have to go through, of course, all of those compliance steps, as well as GDPR in the UK. Brazil has their own basically version of GDPR. So as we get through all of those things, we'll get closer to rolling out to the broader community. I know people have asked a lot in the Telegram channel, when's it going to roll out to the rest of the world? When's it going to roll out to the rest of the world? Trust me, we want to get it out there, but we have to do it legally so that you can continue to use it for as long as you want. Also, once we get to the point where everything has rolled out, we will start actually doing a bunch of that paid media. We've already started to do some marketing. I'm sure you guys may have seen some of the pickups, and we're going to talk about that in a second, including the Cointelegraph press release of the KuCoin announcement. That was a big article, but we've actually had a lot more articles come out about Divi that we've earned in the media since last month. So basically in the last 30 days, we've had 17 publications pick up articles about Divi. And I expect that to increase exponentially as we start rolling out more marketing, as more people come into the ecosystem, and as we have availability on a more global scale. Another cool thing, and this is just like crazy to me, but 3.1 million views on our Jiffy channel, which Frisco just pulled up here. 3.1 million views. It's cool. I mean, obviously, people are watching them multiple times, but the fact that 3.1 million times our logo has played in front of someone's face is a pretty cool thing to see. Other Divi updates. I can't believe there's more, but the team has grown. The team has actually grown quite a bit over this past month of May. We have 4 new hires that have joined our team. First of which, but not least of which, is Chris Irola. He is our new product manager. He's coming in as a senior product manager. He's worked with some huge companies in the past. He's got 20 years of experience. He's going to work closely with, of course, me and the rest of the development team and some of our senior management to ensure that our development timelines are met, so we can continue to push out amazing products on a timeline that makes sense for the market. As you guys know, this market moves incredibly fast. So we want to make sure that we are structured in a way that allows us to execute just as fast. We also have a new accounting department person coming in, Jamie Collymore. He's an awesome guy. He's been working with some of the other people on our team, actually our CFO he's worked with in the past, and he's going to come on and help us get our books, or keep our books in order, I should say. And we also have 2 new devs. 2 new developers are joining the team. That means that things will be moving a little bit faster. So now you can kind of see the strategy. We got Chris, he's the product manager. We got these 2 new devs, in addition to the other people that are already on the team. So you can imagine that things will be moving much faster. So the 2 guys that have joined us, they're actually both Brazilian, Haramis and Gustavo. And between them, they have about 20 years of software development experience. One of them, I think Gustavo, has actually worked in mobile banking in Brazil. So he's got a lot of really relevant experience for the next big set of features that we'll be rolling out, which are all the fiat features. Really excited to have him. Haramis is coming on to do some DevOps as well as some back-end development. So I expect things to be moving along even more swimmingly. We actually have now 40 employees working for Divi, which is, again, it's just crazy to me that we have been able to build something like this from essentially nothing against all of the odds in this industry. It's just the little Divi engine that could. So actually, the last thing that I wanted to talk about was next week, we are going to Miami. We'll be at the Bitcoin Conference 2021. We'll be hanging out at whatever's going on around that event. So if you're going to Miami, please reach out to us, and we'd love to meet up. There's going to be so much stuff going on. If you can make it down, I highly recommend it. Sounds like, I think like 6,000 people are going to go or something like that. I haven't gotten the official numbers or anything, but it sounds like it's going to be very well attended. So if you can make it to Miami, definitely come down. Also, the May contest winners are all going to be announced on Twitter. Congratulations to all of you. I'm not going to read your usernames off, but congrats. And we will have another contest next month for those of you who were not able to win this time. So that was actually a quick update. Unfortunately, with the issues with Hummingbot, we will try to come back to that maybe another day. I don't know how it's going in the background right now. Okay, we're going to try it. We're going to bring in Paolo one more time and see if we can do a little AMA back and forth with you guys just now.
All right. How is it now? Is it better?
It's still a little glitchy, Paolo.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's all right. You know what? We will find another time that we can do this all together. Maybe you come on ours, we come on yours. We'll just do it separately. This was a good try, though. I think it was a cool idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's try it again another time. All right. No,
yeah. The problem is mostly that I'm using another microphone to try to talk, because or else I will be getting a lot of echo between channels. But yeah, let's set it up again to try it.
Okay.
Talk a bit more about our both parties, right?
Yeah, I would love that. We'll make that happen this month.
Okay. All right. See you guys then.
Awesome. Thank you. Awesome. So, I mean, since we're here, what time do we got? You want to take some questions? Just a couple? Yeah. Okay. Well, so first of all, if you guys haven't already seen, I want to just show you what we got going on here with the mobile wallet. Pull this up. So if you don't have it yet, you can still go onto our Telegram and request access to the beta. We're happy to let anyone into the beta channel right now. As many people as will join. This is actually on testnet, so I don't have 2 million Divi on this, unfortunately, but you can see that you can play with your favorite coins. My favorite part, of course, is setting up a new Divi node, of which I can set up any of these 3 right now. You can see that it shows you all of the metrics for the Divi node that you're going to set up, everything from how long it's going to take you to get your first reward to the rate of return for those rewards, of course. Right now, if you're in the United States, you can download the Divi wallet and actually get free hosting on a Masternode, which is really awesome. That's for a limited time. I'm going to name this Live at 5. Oops. Live at 5. And it will do its dance for a little bit. We're actually going to change this screen to be like a little animation or something, just because it's kind of stale, just waiting for it to deploy. But you can see how easy it actually is to set up a Divi Masternode from your mobile device. And what we've actually started to see is that people are coming from the other services that offer Masternodes, which is no fault of the other services. It's just the fact that right now, it's also free, it's within our ecosystem, and it's likely one of the easiest ways. So I'm gonna switch back to my full screen while this finishes deploying. But yeah, I'm really excited to have the app out. We have a bunch of amazing features coming down the pipeline. So you see right now, you can send to a username or address. Oh, it just finished. If you want to pull it back up, boom. Right. So that's it, and it's done. So you can see that it just shows there, and all of your rewards will come in right here into your transaction history. It looks like actually some people have been sending me test Divi, which is awesome. Thank you guys for sending me Divi. So as you can see, though, it's super simple. You have just a simple username, and of course, it is attached to your address, and you don't have to set up a username. You don't have to set up a picture or anything like that. If you want to use the wallet anonymously and decentralized, of course you can. And of course, you can see all of the transaction details. So definitely, as I said, go download the wallet. Now, we do have a little bit of time left, so why don't we see if anybody has any questions? A lot of people today. Thank you guys so much, by the way, for joining us on these live at fives each and every month. The last Friday of each and every month, we try to do these for you guys. What kind of return might be expected for someone who provides coins for a Hummingbot liquidity pool? So you can find all of the information about their rates of return and everything like that on their website. We will be providing as well a reward pool. I think we're going to do, I think it's $10,000 worth of Divi in the first month, see how that goes. And we can make it more or less depending on how many people participate and things like that. So you earn, if you just run the liquidity mining, you earn from just running that bot. But you also can run a bot that has a more aggressive strategy and try to make money that way as well. The nice thing about the at least first couple of weeks with KuCoin is that you will have zero trading fees during that trading contest. So even if you don't necessarily want to trade aggressively, you should at least try running the bot, the liquidity miner, contribute to the market making. It only makes the coin look better. You know, it's real liquidity. It's actual volume. It's not just, you know, some bot trading back and forth, which is what, you know, people have done for a long time in this industry. We always want to deliver fundamental value, right? So we want people to participate directly in a real initiative. And I think that this Hummingbot partnership achieves that. So yeah, check out, I think it's hummingbot.io. Maybe we can pull it up too. Yeah, hummingbot.io. Like I said to Paolo, we'll bring him back on to the show as soon as humanly possible. You know, if these things happen where the internet is just rough. But yeah, here we go. Cool. So as you can see, they are directly integrated with some of the biggest exchanges in the entire world. And you can, of course, build your own bot to work with any exchange. But the direct integrations that we'll be working with are, of course, on KuCoin. And you can see that there are several different verticals that they focus on: developers to traders, exchanges, and token issuers. You guys are going to be traders, of course. Actually, go back up to that and go to traders. Yeah. So as you can see, they have these pre-built strategies. So if you're not like an expert trader, you can actually go to Hummingbot and just use one of the pre-built strategies that they have available and just try your hand at it and see how you do. There is risk involved with this, of course. You are using real money, real coins. So keep that in mind as you play around with it. But there's tons more information on their website that you should definitely go and check out. Yes. So does Hummingbot help with liquidity on KuCoin, or is it separate? It does help with liquidity on KuCoin. This is, again, going back to what I said earlier, Divi not really being a trader's coin. How much volume do you usually see on Divi per day? 300,000, maybe 5 on a really like heavy volume day. That's really not attractive to a lot of traders out there. And that doesn't mean that the project has any issues or anything. It just means that we developed our tokenomics to be more of a coin that creates scarcity, and it worked. You know, people like to hold the coin and earn their rewards. With this, we not only attract new traders, we also give people who are stacking up rewards that maybe they don't want to stake, or maybe you have a masternode that's produced some rewards and it's just sitting in your wallet as dust. Now you can deploy that dust. Now you can use that dust to help the market, give liquidity to the market, and help new traders come in. Because one of the biggest issues is with volume, especially if I see, like, let's say I wanted to buy a gold node. That's 1 million Divi. What's that going to do to the market? A gold node is worth, what is it? It's, 100K or something like that. So if I'm going to put $100,000 into the market, that's going to skyrocket the price. And my ending price will be higher than I would want it to be because it'll come back down. With liquidity, basically what liquidity does is it allows for people to enter and exit the market without affecting the book in a major way. So we're hoping to see a tighter spread on the books. We're hoping to see more liquidity so that those big swings don't happen as much. And it just gives more people confidence that they can get into the coin and out of the coin if they so choose without affecting their own and other people's investments. Anything else? Oh, why? Oh, I'm thinking this meant when. When do you, oops, when do you think staking will be available on the Divi mobile wallet? So it is in testing right now internally. As I said, it's a very complex and unique feature. So we have to make sure that it works properly. This is real people's money, as you guys know. But it is very close. With these things, with these types of features, it's hard to roadmap it out because it's an invention. It's never been done before. So it's like, I don't know how long it's going to take to invent something new, but I can rest assured, it is very, very close, and we are testing it internally. It works very well. It's just those minor things that we need to make sure are not happening. By the way, speaking of staking, I don't know why I didn't mention this earlier, but KuCoin will have staking on it as well for Divi. So just throwing that out there as well. I can't speak to that. KuCoin will have contests. So I mentioned a couple already. They're gonna have the net buying competition as well as a trading competition that allows for zero free trading for a little while. So fun stuff there. What is the most exciting thing that will happen in June? Man, that's a good question. So much just happened. It's hard to imagine that it could get any better. No, first of all, we're going to be going to Miami and Puerto Rico. And Miami will be, of course, an awesome experience, and we'll get to engage with the crypto community for the first time since the pandemic began. However, in Puerto Rico, we're also going to be meeting as a team. Almost the entire team will be there, and we'll actually have the opportunity to brainstorm, get together, and have discussions. Now, of course, we're working on a million things in the background that I can't talk about. So the most exciting thing in June probably hasn't been said yet. Yes, so the question is, KuCoin app showing that you're using USDT to purchase the Divi. Is that correct? So yes, the pair is against USDT, so it's Divi USDT. This was a decision that was made with a lot of methodical thought. We could have done BTC as well. However, KuCoin themselves, their management team, recommended that we actually use USDT. Most coins on KuCoin do a USDT pairing first, and then later, if they so choose, they can get the BTC pairing. This is for a few reasons. First of all, there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt around USDT Tether because of the lack of transparency around the backing dollars for the USDT. If you don't know what Tether is, essentially every Tether is meant to be backed by $1 US. And for a long time, they were having trouble producing the books that prove that each USDT was backed by $1. Recently, they were basically forced to do this for finally, and they did produce books that show that they have been essentially backed almost 99% for a majority of the time that they've been operational, or at least for the time that this report was being studied. That's very, very good. Not only because it does show that they have been solvent, but also because your bank probably has, I think the threshold is like 9%, and they might have lowered it actually right as the pandemic hit. Fractional reserve banking exists, right? So most banks only have to have about 9% of the actual cash on hand that they state that they have on their balance sheets. That's criminal, because if there was a run on the banks, they would only have 9% of the money to give to people, and the economy would crash. So Tether having 99% or even 95% at any given time is a pretty solid thing. Now, Coinbase also added USDT. This is a pretty big deal because Coinbase is one of the most aggressively compliant entities in the entire space. I mean, they're like an IRS reporting tool, essentially. And if they're going to add USDT to their platform, it's probably above board at this point. So like I said, a lot of thought went into actually doing the USDT pairing. And it gives us the benefit of not being coupled against Bitcoin. Of course, we are coupled against Bitcoin on several exchanges, but the less parity we have with Bitcoin, the better off we are when Bitcoin hits those huge volatile swings, as we just saw over the last couple of weeks. We don't want to be necessarily tied to the value of Bitcoin because we aren't Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an amazing coin, but it's a completely different project. So having these pairings against USDT is actually a great thing for us to demonstrate our true cost, our true value in a currency that is stable. Actually, the Divi wallet should be available in most parts of Canada right now. So it's North American available, except Mexico, I guess. So yeah, US and Canada should have it on their iOS app stores as well as Android, I believe. If not, come on over to our support channel and we will do our best to help you. Now, how long approximately before legal things straightened out before Divi is available overseas? As long as the lawyers take to work it out. We're going through the steps as quickly as possible, sparing no expense essentially to get things done as quickly as possible. But lawyers are going to be lawyers. We're hitting a holiday weekend here in the United States just today, so that's going to hinder our progress a little bit. And but like I said, we're moving as fast as we possibly can, and we can only do as much as the lawyers allow us to. Will staking vault features be released in iterations, or will it be fully featured upon release? It'll be fully featured upon release. You'll also likely get the performance dashboard in tandem with it. Is Divi more energy conscious than Bitcoin? As many of you know, and this will probably be my last question since we're a little bit over time here. As many of you know, proof of stake is inherently more energy conscious than proof of work. So it's not necessarily that, it's not Divi versus Bitcoin. I don't ever want to have that dichotomy. I don't ever want to have that narrative. It's not Divi versus Bitcoin. They're just two different things. But that said, yes, Divi is more energy efficient, requires a lot less power and a lot less effort than Bitcoin. And this is true of pretty much all proof of stake blockchains, because you can run a proof of stake node on a very, very minuscule hardware computer. Whereas with proof of work, you do need pretty significant mining power, which requires a ton of electricity. They're moving toward more energy efficient mining solutions. They're moving towards more renewable energy solutions. Some countries have already implemented it. Some big mining operations have already implemented it. So, I mean, that the whole thing with Elon and this narrative kind of rears its head every so often, but it's not a false narrative. It's just a pigeonholed narrative. So, but yes, of course, Divi is more efficient. One more? Oh, we got one more. Will you ever be able to buy Divi directly from the Divi wallet? And/or will you ever be able to swap into the USDT on the wallet? And the answer to both is yes. And that's another big feature set that we've been working to roll out. It is also very, very, very legally complex because we refuse to custodialize funds and we refuse to let any third party custodialize funds. So in order to establish relationships with the traditional finance world, it takes a lot of negotiation. We have found several financial institutions that are willing to work with us. It's just a matter of getting through those compliance processes, which are extensive. But yes, both will be available for sure. And that's everything. That's all the questions for tonight. I really appreciate you guys hanging in there with us there at the beginning. Sorry for the little hiccup technically on the Hummingbot AMA stuff. We will get back to that, and we'll do that again as soon as we possibly can. I, once again, just want to thank all of the community and all of the team for pushing as hard as humanly possible to get Divi to the point that it is at today. And yet, it's still so early for us. We still have so much growth potential. We still have so much room to grow and do amazing things that I'm really, really just confident and encouraged. Even as the market is in a state of volatility, I'm really just, I'm not shaken because Divi is fundamentally strong. It always has been. We've actually performed really well, even in bear markets. So I'm really just excited. And I can't thank you guys enough for joining us every single last Friday of the month for the Divi Live at 5. You guys know where you can find us online. It's Twitter, it's Telegram, it's Instagram, Facebook, all the social medias at Divi Project. Please be sure to follow. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoyed. Always feel free to reach out to us and ask questions. We are available 24/7 for support. And I am out of steam for tonight. I'm going to go get a steak and celebrate the listing on KuCoin, launch of the mobile wallet, and an amazing May. Have a great Memorial Day weekend if you are in the United States. For everyone else, have just a regular great weekend. I'll see you guys next time.